Hello everyone, I am Dr. Rubina Pandit. I am a consultant, obstetrician and infertility specialist at Altius Hospital, RR Nagar. Now today I am going to discuss about a very common query which a couple ask: when should they visit an infertility specialist? Now infertility per se is defined as an inability to conceive naturally despite having regular unprotected intercourse for 1 year. Now you have to understand one thing, that the chances of conceiving naturally for a couple, when we know that everything is okay, there is no female factor, there is no male factor, is only 15%. That is why we tell and we advise a couple to wait for 1 year, after which they should visit an infertility specialist, because after 1 year 80% of the females should conceive, and the rest of the couple who are not able to conceive, it is the time now to go and see a doctor and get themselves evaluated. However, there are certain special conditions where they can visit the doctor at an earlier stage, probably after 6 months of trying. For example, if the female is more than 35 years of age, or there is history of any tubal surgery, any endometriotic surgery, there is history of tuberculosis or any severe pelvic infection, or she has undergone any chemotherapy, or there is a family history of early menopause. Now these are the conditions where they can go and meet the doctor probably after 6 months of trying. Now whenever a couple walks into the clinic, it is the couple which needs to be evaluated and not the female or male alone. Now the female and the male investigations, they are divided. With female, the first and foremost investigation which is advisable is a transvaginal ultrasound. Now what do we see in transvaginal ultrasound? We will check the uterus, how is the endometrial lining, and to look for any adenomyosis, fibroid. Then we will see the ovaries. Now in ovaries in particular, we see something called antral follicle count on the second day of her period. Now what is antral follicle count? It is a snapshot and it will tell us the idea of how many eggs a female has. Now you have to understand one thing, that unlike males who produce sperms, females don't produce eggs. Maximum number of eggs are present at the time of birth, and then it keeps on reducing, and after the age of 30, the rate at which the eggs reduces further increases. So we should get an idea that what is the stock of eggs a female has, because that will help us in deciding the mode of treatment for that infertile couple. So what are the ways to do that? One, as I already told you, antral follicle count, and the second is AMH, that is anti-Mullerian hormone, which is a blood test. So along with the scan, we do certain other blood tests which includes day 2 hormone assay, FSH, LH, probably AMH if we feel that the antral follicle count is low or the female is elderly. Then we do certain other hormone tests which includes prolactin, thyroid, sugar, which again can affect the fertility of a female. With respect to male, we usually do her husband semen analysis, which will tell us the count, motility as well as the morphology of sperm. Now after doing this basic investigation, if there is any problem with respect to that, then we treat it. But there are certain subset of couple where there is no obvious female factor, there is no obvious male factor, but still they are having difficulty in conceiving. Then we can go ahead with other treatment or other mode of investigation, which is tubal testing. Now tubal testing can be done by a test called hysterosalpingogram, in which a dye is injected inside the uterus and then we see whether the dye is coming out or not. So if the dye is coming out on the X-ray, then we know that the tubes are open or tubes are patent. Or the other more specific test is diagnostic hysterolaparoscopy, in which we will not only know the patency of the tube, but we can also see whether tubes are healthy or not, as well as we can check for any endometriosis or any other factor which may be responsible for the infertility in the couple. Now after doing these basic investigations, then is the time for treatment. Now basically in infertility, there are 3 types of treatment which is available. One is called ovulation induction. Now what is ovulation induction? In which we give about 5 days of tablet which will help the female to form an egg. Then we call her for scanning on the day 10 or day 11 of her period, and when we know that the follicle has formed, that is it has reached the size of 18 to 20 mm, we tell the patient to try for next 3 days. So basically what we are doing is we are telling them their fertile period and we are ensuring that she is forming an egg. Now, where is it indicated? It is indicated particularly in PCOD females, because there obviously there is defective egg formation, that is the egg formation is not proper because of hormonal imbalance, or otherwise in unexplained infertility also we can try. Now, suppose if the couple has tried 3 to 4 cycles like this and still they do not succeed in conceiving, then we move ahead to the next mode of treatment, which is called IUI, that is intrauterine insemination. Now, what is intrauterine insemination? In this, the initial mode of treatment remains the same, that is we give hormones as well as some injections for her to develop 2 or 3 follicles, but instead of trying naturally, the semen is deposited inside the uterus. Now, what we are doing? First, we are reducing the distance which the sperm has to travel, and second, we are again timing it more properly. The success rate of this treatment globally is about 20 to 25%, and it is primarily indicated in patients who have mild male factor, that is, sperm count is borderline or motility is little low, or females having mild endometriosis, or those who have tried 3 to 4 cycles of ovulation induction. And the third mode of treatment, which is in vitro fertilization, that is IVF. Now, what are the indications for that? One is severe male factor, when the count is less than 10 million or the motility is very, very low. Second, nowadays we are receiving too many females with premature ovarian failure, that is the egg reserve is very low, probably less than 1. Then females who have already tried 3 to 4 cycles of ovulation induction and probably 6 cycles of IUI and still they are not succeeding. Then female who have tubal factor, that is tubes are blocked and we are not able to open them on laparoscopy, or the tubes are unhealthy. Again, we can go for IVF. So these are the various modes of treatment which are available for a couple who are infertile and they are having problem in conceiving. For further discussion, you can always call Altius Hospital, take an appointment and come and visit Altius Hospital, RR Nagar.